be in.
I think we're good, honestly. Should be okay.
Cool.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna fucking adjust it here. Guys, I shaved my beard and I think I made a mistake, honestly. I feel like
I don't know.
I literally look like I'm like 17 years old.
You look cute.
I don't think so. You look
It's
nice.
cute. Yeah.
You got a good chin.
Luckily,
It's a very strong
Crimson
jaw.
chin.
I know. Luckily, I like 15 pounds ago, I did the same thing and I shaved at one point. It's funny because every time I do it, I'm like, fuck. So, but then I still like 3 months later, I'll like decide to do it. But last time was before I dieted, and I like legit was like, oh my god, like I have no fucking jaw at all. So now it's coming back a little bit, which is good. I gotta.
So
You guys fuck with this?
LaCroix.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I do
Yes,
not.
I love it.
Leah, I'm on like 3 of these a day right now.
The tall boys.
The tall boys.
Well, these come a little bit cheaper at Walmart, so I've been getting these ones.
Oh.
Literally, I can go through like an 8-pack a day. I'll just start hammering LaCroix. Like,
They're
I'll take
so
them to the
good.
gym.
You know what's weird
They're
to me
so
though?
good.
Instead of saying that they're flavored, it says it's naturally essenced.
I know.
That's accurate, I feel like. Just a little bit.
What do you think they mean
Essenced.
by essence? Like they like add like flavored air to it?
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
It's like
what the
those
fuck?
memes making fun of it. Like it was next to a crate of oranges on the truck.
Yeah. And it absorbed the flavor.
Yeah.
I've been trying to make it a thing where I try every flavor of sparkling water that I can find, every brand, every flavor. So
Oh,
Uh-oh.
did you lose her? Did too.
I did.
I had a
Almost.
Oh, you're back.
You're back.
Oh,
Oh, you're gone again.
Leah. We'll wait for her to
The
come back.
face that it's frozen on.
You're here.
You're back.
Am I here?
Yes.
I was talking about seltzer water, so it's no big deal. We didn't miss anything.
That's pretty important.
What Bree's been doing is Bree's been buying like those Mio flavor things and putting them.
See, I fuck with those.
Yeah,
I like
she's been
those a
putting them
lot.
in the LaCroix.
Oh,
It's
big brain time.
Yeah, it's weird too because like I usually drink them plain, but I've added a couple times, and it's like the when you squirt the flavor stuff in, the whole thing like fizzes up a little and it like stirs itself. Yeah, it's
That's
fun.
cool.
It's super fucking weird. It's like
Science.
some high tech shit.
Maybe that's part of the essence.
How
Could
have
be.
you guys' trainings been going?
Good. I'm just tired.
Just
Tired
good.
off-season training stuff.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I
I
took
think we're
like
both in boring shit right now, so
What's boring shit? I kind of know what you mean by boring shit, but for people listening, do you want to explain like what the focus is right now when you're far out from a meet?
oh, do we lose her? Oh no, we're
Oh,
good.
she's here. Did you hear that, Leah?
good, I think. Yeah, I heard it. Just like, typical going through your regular speed waves, main movements. Just kind of like putting in the work at this point. Nothing. I mean, I don't plan on starting a meet prep. Typically, we don't go full gear anything until we're in meet prep.
Yeah.
But I definitely need to get some shirt days in.
I found that
But-
for me too. Yeah, like it's like I could not wear a squat suit for a fucking year and throw it on, and I'm like, yeah, this feels fine. Like exactly what I
Yeah.
remember. The bench shirt's
Riding
like,
bike.
yeah, you need to like have done it recently, or for me anyway. Otherwise, I start going to use it. I'm like, dude, I don't even remember how I adjusted this last time. I don't know what the fuck's going on. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of a
Yeah,
nightmare.
I do
little
like
bit more
being in the
tricky.
shirt quite a bit, which is nice because Jimmy's in the shirt. We're in the shirt once a week, some sort of shirt.
You know what you have me into right now, Amber, is reverse grip benching.
Yeah,
I
we love
tried it.
benching backwards.
Dude, I tried it the other day. I was like, fuck, I haven't done this stuff since like. So when I was younger, the gym I went to, there's like pictures up on the wall of what the fuck is that guy? He's like the big Samoan guy that had a huge bench, but he'd bench reverse grip.
Yeah,
The hell
I
is his
forget
name? I feel
I saw him in a
shameful for
meet
not remembering
once.
his name.
I feel bad too.
Oh well, you know who I'm talking about. I'll figure it out later. I'll
He
put it in the
competed
description.
reverse grip.
I feel like his first name's.
That's crazy.
I don't want to fuck it up. Whatever. Yeah, we know who we're talking about. Yeah. So there's pictures of him doing reverse grip. So I remember when I was younger, I tried it, and I used to do it a little bit, but I tried it the other day, and I was like, oh fuck, man. I was like, I'm gonna need to like start slow with this because the first day I think I did. I've been benching at the end of the workout, so it's a little bit weird. So it's super smoked. But I tried 225, and even that, it's weird because it didn't feel hard, but I could feel like it was putting a different type of strain on the shoulder, and not really in a bad way. It was just one of those type of things where you're like, okay, I need to like do this a few times before I go crazy on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awkward. It's really awkward at first, but then like once you get in the groove and figure out like the bar placement and like your timing of each rep, and also handoffs are kind of weird.
Super weird. Yeah. So the bench, the bench that I'm on, like you basically have to take the bar out like this.
Oh god.
Just the way it's set up, because it's like a shitty bench and just like a shitty gym, and so you like literally have to take a hand off because otherwise you'd just be like dropping it on your face. So I like get it lifted out, and I can tell it's something that's going to help a lot because like I said, I'm like feeling strain's maybe not even the right word. I guess it's like strain, but it's like on the muscle, and it's just like, okay, this feels like something that's super undertrained. And I'm not sure why it's different than regular benching or like any shoulder exercises, but it felt way different. So I think if I do it, it'll probably bring up a good weak link for me.
Yeah, there's like no way to physically like flare on that too.
Yeah.
And even if you're regular like competition grip benching, like even if you don't think you flare, like there's something like you are using your front delts and your shoulders and your pecs in whatever that movement is, even if it is mostly back. But like with reverse grip, you can't do that. Like it's tricep and back. And
Dude,
it's like
tons of tricep.
full tricep isolation from the top to the bottom, which is freaking cool.
I just did some of those bitches today at the end of my chest workout. And then I tried to do 100 push-ups thinking I was sick at the end of the workout. I got through them, but I had to take like 6 or 7 breaks out because I had such a crazy pump going into it.
You wild.
That's a lot of push-ups.
Yeah, and so I dieted really hard for the last 6 months, and I just started adding food back in last week.
You haven't eaten for the past 6 months?
That's right, Amber. I literally feel like I haven't eaten, basically.
Fit chick shit.
Yeah, and so now that I've added food back in and I have my intra workout back with like carbs and salt, the pumps I've been getting are like so crazy that they literally hurt. Like I'm like, dude, it literally feels like my skin's gonna tear. Like those kinds of pumps. It's awesome.
Hard to drive home.
Yeah,
sick.
Exactly. Luckily, right now my gym is, so I live on a hill that's probably like, I don't know, 100 feet long, like not crazy huge, and it's right at the bottom of the hill. So I just walk right down, walk in. It's actually really bad on leg day though, walking up the hill after. I like come out of the gym and I'm like, I look at the hill and I'm like, fuck.
Oh no.
And then you do like the waddle with your legs locked up the hill.
And this is the hill that Dalton got winded on, right? Like
oh yeah,
he hated walking up that
Yo, you know what's funny? I can talk a little bit of shit because he's not here and he'll probably be pissed when he sees this. But when Dalton came to work out with me, or he came to stay for like a week, the first day that we trained was legs. And fucking on the second exercise, he had to go throw up. And then he was like, dude, I don't know. I think I just took too much pre-workout. I'm like, bro, I took that much pre-workout too. Like, what? Like, you're literally, we did like some crazy like sets of leg extensions, and then we got into hack squats. And then like first set of hack squats, he just like went and puked.
Mama, I froed up.
Yeah, and then he just didn't finish the workout, but he kind of redeemed himself the rest of the week. But it was pretty funny.
It's a good start.
Yeah. So you guys have been doing off-season stuff. I feel like you've been doing some fucking huge benches, Amber.
Yeah, I've been prepping for a bench only meet. So off season / a bench only prep, which has been really freaking fun. So like 3 days, 3 upper days a week now.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's getting nasty.
I should do that because I could still train. I really only need one person to train for bench. You know what I mean? And I train with usually at least one other person right now, so maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, you should do a bench only.
The only problem is I got too jacked and now my old bench shirt doesn't fit. So I sold it. Ooh. So I need a new bench shirt.
What size?
Was it 54?
The Avon lady.
I believe it was a 54 SDP, and it was like the one of the blue ones, like bluish kind of purplish. You know what I mean?
I have a 54 that I use as a WPO, and it's too big on me.
The 54 is?
Yeah.
Well, they're all a little different too. So like,
yeah, that's true.
My 54 could have been like, you know,
58.
Like, dude, it's like it literally like doesn't seem to like they don't seem to correlate to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say it's not very uniform.
I could also just bench raw though. I don't know. I should definitely sign up for something soon. My buddy was kind of talking about it. He was like, dude, when we hop back on, we gotta fucking compete. I was like, I don't know, man, maybe.
Bench only is pretty sick.
It's kind of cool, like no pressure. Like you go in and like hang out during squats, just chill, and then
yeah, it's freaking awesome.
And then you bench, and then you
go home.
Yeah, I mean squats my favorite, but like I just can't train squats right now. Well, I could train raw squats, but I don't know. Maybe I'll pull an Amber and do a raw meet.
Yeah,
maybe
have fun with the trauma on your body though.
I know
raw is brutal.
Yeah, I know.
I think about that all the time. People ask, they're like, what do you think your raw total is? And I was like, I have no desire to even find out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no desire.
Don't know, don't
out.
care.
Like, no, like my body, I don't think could handle it. Like at this point.
I don't think mine would be very good, only because it's kind of like, I feel like you'd have to dedicate like a few meet training cycles to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it might be fun just to like go fuck around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked like because I competed raw before I competed multiply, and I did always like squatting in like crazy fucking knee wraps. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those are fun because I mean, equipped, you don't get all of that knee flexion you normally do in raw, and you get to like really use the knee wraps in raw.
It's funny when I was raw, I was such like a fucking like nerd for knee wraps. Like I'd be like, oh, I gotta try this kind and this kind and see what kind's like a little bit better. You know what I mean? And I would like have like 37 different fucking pairs of knee wraps. And then when I switched to multiply, I was like, just insert grippers every time. It's fine. And like, I don't care. They're not even tight. Like, you know what I mean?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
just need a little pressure.
Yeah, literally. Like, it just feels good for my knees to be slightly safer. You know what I mean? And then for raw, you're like, all right, with this pair, I can get it tight enough that I get blisters behind my knee. Like, this is the perfect pair, you know?
I have to order the size small Titan Triumph singlet. I was at the double ply crotch, which is a thing, and IPF approved. So I'm like, I'm gonna be the most equipped raw lifter at the showdown.
Hell yeah. Yo, have you guys seen the new Inzer knee sleeves?
Got them.
Yes.
Yeah, are those things fucking gangster or what?
They're sick. They're nasty though. Like you probably see. I think Janine has them, and Alex has them, and like I think Janine said that she almost got stuck in them. I think they're worth it up until they're not approved.
They're good right now though, right?
Yeah.
Like anywhere. Mostly what we have around here, unfortunately, is RPS, which is not, it's fine. It's not really my favorite. They tend to just put like randos in the judges' seats, so it's like super inconsistent standards. Like some of them like are fucking USAPL lifters, and they think that like they just like aggressively red light people, and then occasionally you'll get like some fucking like random old school power lifter that's like literally giving everybody whites like no matter how high they squat, and it's just like, dude, like come on. It's super annoying.
That's frustrating.
Why don't you guys, I know you might have did you guys already record with Bane?
Last night.
Do you know if that episode's out yet or no?
No.
I think they said the end of this week or early next week.
I saw you guys posting something about that, and I was talking to him. I don't know how much you guys want to get into that stuff, but I'm totally down to hear about it. I know you might have just talked about it. But why don't you guys tell me a little bit about like the main event project? That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we're starting a band.
Okay. Yo, I wore this for you today.
Thank you. I was wondering, I saw the top of it. I was like, was that a power trip?
I was hoping you would
is.
have one on, but
No.
oh well.
Zip
All
ups and beanies.
So you guys are starting a band. No, but you have an Instagram page, so it's like kind of official.
It's officially official because of Instagram and Facebook.
Nice. Yeah. So what's up?
And it's
We
an
getting
LLC now.
merch or what?
Yes, tonight 8 p.m.
Oh really?
Yeah, like soon.
Oh fuck. All right.
Wait, who's launching that? We're gonna be on here.
Oh, Tara is. I messed up.
We'll get you guys off in time before 8. Don't worry.
Sorry, like
Tara's got us.
Yelling at the door.
All right.
Yeah, Tara's got us.
So what's the deal with this thing? What caused you guys to? Well, first of all, what is it? The main event project.
So it is Amber, Allison, Hind, Tara, and myself. All started in kind of like a group chat, basically us bitching about how we can make powerlifting better, especially for women, more inclusive for women. And then we just kind of like started brainstorming and we're like coming up with ideas. And then it kind of happened fast. Like we were talking and then it just kind of happened all of a sudden out of nowhere. This is my cat.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl. I actually brought her home under the hood of my car on accident when she was a kitten.
What?
Yeah.
God, I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah, from the gym.
I let my dog on the table too.
Gym cat.
She's a gym cat, and I mean, it was destiny, so I had to keep her. I was not ready to accept the fact that this cat chose me. So, but we're cool now.
That's good. That's very good.
Anyways, what were we talking about? How we started.
Yeah.
You were going to say something.
It was like very, like she said, started with us just kind of coming together and being like, hey, you had these experiences. I've heard other people having these experiences at meets and we didn't like it. And we were like, let's do something about it. What can we do? So we started talking and we're like, okay, we could raise money for prize pots for female lifters. We could raise money to sponsor female friendly meets or point female lifters in the right direction of meets that are going to be good experiences for them. Sponsorships, scholarships, basically like fundraising, and then throwing all of that money into making the sport better for women with whatever, like we kind of fell into like the weight class thing kind of fell into our laps all of a sudden as well. Cause it was on our radar, but we weren't like, oh, let's tackle this first. It just sort of happened. And we were like, all right, let's do it.
So currently the highest weight class before super heavyweight for females is 198. Yeah.
Correct. For most federations, there were a few that had 220s and 242s.
And
XPC and I think RPS.
Those are the ones that
USPC.
USPC.
You guys are wanting to get added everywhere, right? Or is there also 275?
Yeah. So initially, I think we came out with like the proposal and the petition to have them match. And we realized that there are a bunch of different, like there's Fed politics that we don't really care about and aren't interested in at all. Yeah. We just want more weight classes for women. So we asked for the world, and some of them are still talking. Like if we get a 220, if we get a 242, like I'm calling it a win. But one of the biggest wins, like as soon as it happened, we started getting all of that like attention on the petition. And they just started to fall one after, not fall, but they just started to like buy in one after the other. So it was like IPA, RPS, UPA. I think UPA was the first one. And then I think most recently, probably the biggest one was WRPF. So the federation that runs the Kern, the showdown.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like 8-man, like those are the biggest money meets in the world. And they're going to match the women's classes to the men's, which is freaking sick.
So
yeah, that's a big W.
That should be pretty easy, even like to go back and like fix all the say like world records per weight class too, because it's like when your data goes in, even if you're super heavyweight, your weight's still listed, right? So you could start categorizing the super heavyweights into like, okay, that person was actually what is now the 220 class or 242 or whatever.
Yeah, bless open powerlifting for existing, because they already do all of that. And that was like part of our art. So we're like, if we're going to argue this, we got to come prepared with some information to help these guys make data driven decisions. And our open powerlifting will allow you to filter even the women's side by 220, 242, 275, all throughout 308 plus. So you can see how many people throughout the last decade have participated in those weight classes, even though they're technically super heavyweights.
Has open powerlifting always done that, or that's new? Oh, it has. Okay.
I believe they've always done that, because they take like they just suck in whatever the meet directors give them.
Do you guys remember when that shit like first popped up and it was like, oh, what is this? This seems sick. Like when before it was on fucking powerlifting watch. Yeah. And it was way shittier to use, like super annoying to use.
You had to pay for an account.
Yeah. I remember people were so upset about open powerlifting. Like they're like, no powerlifting watches where everything happens. Yeah. I remember that. That was literally like
couldn't have been that long ago if I remember it.
Like 2 or 3 years ago. So not that long at all.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've tapped into that massive amount, because they add meets, historical meets all the time. So they have meets since the beginning of powerlifting. Granted, I don't know how accurate the meet director and like information and stuff was, but it's cool to go back and look. Like we were able to walk it back. I walked it back, I think 20 years.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
There was a lot of stuff in there,
it, but
I haven't like spent a ton of time on the website, but I've used it a couple times. Like if I competed, go and check the scores, and then we used it at Bree's last meet just because we were trying to figure out like, all right, like, you know, if she squatted this or whatever, like where would that be and stuff like that. And it's super fucking easy to use. So
absolutely,
it's sick. The next thing they could do is like they could make a fucking app for your phone. Because I know you can like use it on your phone, but like if they had an app that's like user friendly for your phone, that would be so sick.
Yeah.
I think that they have software for like meet directors too, right? To like run a meet or something like that. Like they have a program or something that meet directors can use. But
I think it's similar to Laura's.
Yeah.
Which is also sick.
Yeah, where do all these people get like that fucking Excel spreadsheet? You know what I'm talking about?
I think like I know for Laura, I think someone made it for her.
Yeah.
Like one of her clients or something made it for her. I don't know about
a lifter made Next Lifter, which is I think what like USPA uses.
Okay.
Yeah.
WRPF uses something else. So it's like these feds just either pay someone to do it for them, or they have someone who knows how to do it and they just do it.
Yeah.
What are you guys dropping tonight? Is it like t-shirts or what?
T-shirts. Yeah. Our first run of some t-shirts. All proceeds are going to go to, we're going to sponsor an amateur day lifter at the Pro-Am, women's Pro-Am. Cool. Buy the spot, pay for travel, hotel, food, hopefully.
Really? I think I don't want to promise this, but I think I'm going to the Pro-Am. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going. I think me and Bree should be there. We're planning on it. So.
I want to make it huge. Like I want it to be like this. If it could be a 2-platform event, like that would be sick. But like not this year, but I mean down the road, like, you know, I want, because it's, and I mean, Stan, you've been there, and Amber, you've been a part of it too. Like it's just such a good, fun weekend.
It's one of the sickest meets that I've been to.
The atmosphere, the people, it's like a big family reunion, which I mean most powerlifting meets are.
Yeah, we know each other.
But it's just the way, I mean, like women's powerlifting is just so, I think it's a little different than if it would be in all men's meet.
These are the shirts?
Yes.
Yep, that's it.
That one, and then another one.
Oh yeah, I see it.
White one.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Does this say when it's dropping?
Tonight at 8. I think
Yeah. All right. I'll
Tara
share it.
was actually probably texting us.
I'll share that shit.
Yeah, I just saw a notification. I'm like,
So how
I
did you
know.
guys? How did you four kind of come together? Like, you said you were bitching in a group text, or what?
Yeah, I think that one time a few months ago, whenever I was feeling a little sassy, I
Yeah,
think
you were out on the internet expressing that. I remember.
spicy.
I remember we
um,
had a DM conversation about that too.
Whatever. It was for good reason.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
you should, yeah, we were all spicy and mad about
we
that, how that
were.
went down.
I had tons and
So how many
tons
people
and
did you have in
tons
your
of women.
DMs though? Like,
Oh,
no, you know what I mean? Like,
Nobody.
oh
I don't
really?
None.
think I had any
Nice,
naysayers in there.
None. No naysayers. More so people
nice.
like just supporting it, like absolutely, like we've noticed it too, stuff like that. And I mean, I, I may have added someone when I was angry, but like I said, it was for a good purpose. And like a bunch of women reached out, but I mean, I was talking to Amber, Tara, and Allison the most about it because we had the most to say, like our experiences, whatever, whatever. So I'm like, hey, I think we're trying to plan on doing something. Like, I'm just going to put everybody in a group chat.
Hmm.
And that's when we all started just, I mean, literally, like we said, like we wanted to write a letter and then it just started to
We're like,
snowball.
we're going to write a letter. No, we're going to start a company.
Good for
That's
you guys.
as fast as it went.
It's so hard to get the ball rolling on something. You know what I mean? Especially something that
We
you're like,
ripped the Band-Aid off so fast.
yeah, it's good. You kind of have to do it
Yeah,
that
we
way because
did.
it's like everything sounds good in theory, but then doing it's another thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing with the weight classes too. And I think that's why we got so many people on board so quickly because it's an issue that people have been talking about for years and years,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't know how to start anything. They didn't know if they would have the backing. They didn't, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. So when they're like, okay, it's finally happening, people are like, let's go.
Yeah. It helps
Well,
too
So
when like people are like, "Oh, I don't want to make waves." Well, when it's 3,000 people, you're not the only like piece of you know what I mean? Like
you're
it's
not the
not
wave.
just
Yeah.
you. Like it's all of us. And
Yeah.
if that many people want it and support it, then let's go. It's time.
Hmm.
it helps that you guys are
Absolutely.
higher. I'm sure it helps that you guys are, higher in the rankings too. So it's not like just anybody saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think, that definitely played in our favor, but also, I think we have, like, all of us have really good connections with people. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like we're all very nice to everyone. We're like,
Hmm.
receptive to feedback, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So people, I mean, we treat everyone nicely. So, and I think that also speaks volumes. We're inclusive, fun people to be
Yeah.
around, I think. So,
And we like, so, I mean, we've had people come with counters to us wanting them to match. And
mhm,
like, we've tried really hard because, like, all of us are like, no, just do it. Like,
Hmm.
just do it. But some of these arguments make a lot of sense when you're talking about, okay, the history of the sport, what it was, looking at it like right
mhm,
now. And we just like even just opening the dialogue between us or what we want and the meet directors and the federations, like that's a step in the right direction.
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
grateful for that.
yeah. And we have a lot of like
Do you guys
we've
hear
been
that
doing some
mixing?
more
Can you hear that
Mixing.
or
no.
no? Oh, you're
Is
good,
Bree
Brie.
mixing?
No, you're fine. Yeah, she's like aggressively mixing cookies, I think.
Oh, hell yeah.
Send them our way.
I could hear it in my
Um,
headphones, but it's probably not. The mic's probably not sensitive enough to pick it up, which is good because nobody probably wants to hear that. All right, sorry to cut you off.
Forget what we were even
Good.
talking about.
I just threw us off track.
Meet director, opening the dialogue.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We've been doing some administrative work, sending an email, talking to more meet directors, saying, "Hey, like this is what we want or expect. Like, we'll promote your page." Basically, more like women-friendly type of points for like these meet directors to try and match or meet.
And, like, the
Um,
last thing that we wanted to do was, like, come out with a list of demands like it was a ransom. Because there's, like, what are we gonna say? "Oh, we're not gonna do your meat."
Yeah.
Okay, who cares? Like, fuck off.
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel
But,
you.
like, we wanted to be like, "Hey, here's what we're trying to do. Here are," and a lot of meat directors and federations are already doing a lot of these
Yeah,
things, and we wanna,
absolutely.
like, commend and fist bump those guys and be like, "Thank you for doing these things. Like, we're gonna point people in your direction
Yeah.
because of it."
Yeah, we're gonna
And we
promote your
wanna make
meats.
it more standardized. So we want the ones who aren't doing those things to get up to that level. And that's
Yeah,
kinda one of the big goals.
absolutely.
I'm gonna have to fucking set an alarm. I'm gonna set a reminder on my phone right now. I'll buy some shirts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah. So that's the gist of it. Wait, no. So yeah, how did you pick up the other two? You kind of you didn't
That
Just
was all
answer
kinda,
that.
me,
Was
yeah, I
that
just
just
kind of
because
threw.
like those are the people that were DMing you, or what?
Yeah, like they were the ones that I had like Amber, Tara, Allison, like we all were having really good conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, like I'm kind of talking to like three other girls or two other girls about this. Like, let's all go in a group chat. And I
Yeah.
just threw them all in
that's
a
how
group
it
chat on
started.
IG. Yeah. And
And
then
then
we're
we're
like,
like,
all right.
"Let's do a text message now." And then
Yeah.
let's build a company. Let's start an
That's sick.
LLC. No,
Yeah.
it was so cool. And I think one of our huge strengths is that we do have those connections and we have different women in different weight classes. We have different women in different like levels of
Mm-hmm.
equipment in different federations
Yeah.
in different parts of the freaking country. Like all of us are geographically separated and we're doing this thing. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. We talk.
cool to have like that outreach that we can all like tap into.
I think we've all been talking every day since then, to
Yeah.
be
That's
honest.
cool.
Like in the text, like just whether even if it's just short, like I'm so proud of us, or
Yeah.
hey, I really love you guys.
Yeah. Hey, my hair's fucked up today.
Yeah, I was like,
Check it
hey, I
out.
haven't washed my hair in like 10 days.
Like, oh, I got you. I got my 12. Beat you.
Right.
That's sick.
But
No, I'm
yeah,
more
so
gross.
yeah, it's really beautiful how organically it all kind of happened, and how we've all became friends and very supportive of one another as well. So
Yeah,
really,
We
that's super
work
cool.
really well together too.
we it's
For
like we
people
all
who
kind
don't
of
talk on the phone at all or
Mm-hmm.
did one Zoom and I wasn't even in it, we get a lot of shit done and it's really
we
cool.
I needed that Zoom meeting because I had so many things in my brain and I could not sort them out. Like all of these tabs were open and I could not just close one out. Like, so I'm like, all right, guys, we got to talk. Or like even like a group phone call would have worked, but I don't know how to do that. I don't think so.
We get
I
a
don't
Discord
know.
channel for
Yeah,
us.
facts. You could do this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So you're sponsoring a amateur lifter at the Pro-Am. When is the Pro-Am? Because I know they moved it last year, right?
Yeah, April 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
That's whenever it used to be, right?
Yeah.
In April.
Yeah, it's always in April. I think it's usually the first or the second or second week in April.
I think we'll definitely come out for that. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I'm
Meat
hoping
rules.
if we can get enough like sponsors and whatever, like I found a streaming crew and I think we could find some good announcers, like maybe a women
There you go. There you
announcers or a
go.
man and a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like
I bet Heidi'd
so
be into that again because she did it for the showdown. We could ask her. I just am
I
name
know.
dropping her, diming her out.
I
Heidi,
know.
let's go.
I talked to Laura about it and she's like, it all depends on how much money, because if that's the case, if we do stream, we would need a bigger space, which would
Oh,
be,
I don't want to move
yeah,
it. That's such a
I
good.
know.
It's
The environment
iconic.
in there is crazy.
Yeah.
It is because it's just so many people and it's just,
It just has a certain
um,
look too. You know what I mean? I don't know, like
yeah,
I don't really know how to quantify it, but it's got a look for sure. Like it just looks badass in there.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know how it would work. I think that's a little bit more of the Chad and his crew, his headlines guys would know. But yeah, and I told Laura, I was like, let's ask Donnie to come announce and a woman, because
Donnie would
be
oh my god, I can message Donnie right now.
Are you,
That
like,
would
you wanna
be
come
sick.
announce
I'll
the
freaking
pro-am?
fly him up here. I don't care.
That would be sick.
Yeah. So
Wow.
We had Donnie
hopefully-
and Rita.
That's a sick combo.
I would shit my pants.
Yeah.
or like
I'm already gonna
Stacey-
shit
I
my
even
pants
said
if I
Stacey
lift.
Burr would be good at it.
That'd be
at it
good.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
sick too.
Ooh. Oh yeah, like a traditionally raw personality.
She's done that a
lifter.
couple times, I think. Like
Mhm.
commentated at meets, because some of the raw meets like have commentators all the time now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But like the
which I think is sick because they do their homework and they
Mhm.
add something to the discussion.
the way they did the what the fuck meet was that? Was that the Kern? The meet that you did this year, that
The
Showdown?
Kern and the
Was it the
Showdown both
I
had
think it was the
announcers or
Kern.
commentators.
was that the Kern we were watching, Brie? Jesus. What one the guy that trained down at Hybrid for a while, Alex Ulcer or something.
Uslar?
Yeah. He was commentating at one of them.
I think it was the Kern.
The Current. Yeah, that we watched the live stream for, and I was like, this is sick.
Yeah,
Like, I
the
remember
live
they did a
stream was
really good job
nice.
with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be like the goal for the pro-am, is to just get it to that point of like live stream and stuff like that. But
It's
like, because
it's
I
a
mean,
lot,
Facebook
man.
Live works, but it's a lot.
The thing
It's
is,
a
like with
lot.
Facebook Live, is like even people who are really into powerlifting, it's like hard to sit there and watch just like a phone fucking
Yeah.
sitting there. But like the way they did the Kern, there was like different cameras. There was somebody walking around with a camera. Like
warm up room cameras.
it was so sick.
announcers.
Yeah, and it's just that's all it takes to keep people's attention span is like just occasionally every 10 seconds or so just hitting a button, changing what camera.
Switch.
You know, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it's a little tough to watch when it's like just a Facebook Live or whatever, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's going to be fun. I even mentioned, like, I know Tara reached out to me, Dina, Amber, Allison, Tara. Like, I think like all of the WPO women's roster, they're like, let's do the pro-am. Like, because I may or may not have like reached out to everyone too.
Okay, that's what I was about to
People always
ask.
want to do it anyway, so it probably wasn't
Yeah.
a hard sell.
Yeah.
That's my favorite meet of all time, hands down.
Yeah.
That's
All right, I'm super hyped to come out. That's gonna be fun to watch. That'll be really
Yeah.
cool. I feel like there was a couple years there where like a lot of people skipped the pro-am.
I think it might have been 2018. There wasn't a lot, but I think last year, 2021, I think was like, I mean, I've probably done, I think I did 19, 20, and 21. I think 21 was the best year.
yeah, 21
like-
was hype.
Yeah, like energy.
That was
and
the
all
one that got
like-
moved, right? Was that in November or what? Or what?
Yeah. Oh, I remember what happened.
It's WPO trajectory fucked
WPO.
everything up.
Yep. The WPO, I know that initially they wanted the women's pro-am to be the semifinals, and for some reason that fell through. So Laura moved the meet around, and
COVID.
then and then COVID, and then I
it was a
remember
weird
she was
year.
just like, yeah, and she was just like, I'm going back to my original date. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
moving this
Yeah.
around,
That's-
because there
yeah,
wasn't one in 20. I remember that now.
That's right. Yeah, because this semis was in March at the Arnold.
Mhm. And I
that was 19.
remember, was that 19? No, that was 20.
You're right. That was 20 because that was the time that everything shut down.
Yeah, because I remember I was like, I did the semis, and so I didn't plan to do the pro-am, and I was kind of like devastated. But then I realized, like, everything got canceled. I'm like, okay,
We can do that.
I'm like, I'll probably always forever do the women. Like, I don't think I would choose another meet over it.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
see why
where
you
I'm
wouldn't.
at now.
I wish I could fucking compete at that meet. Actually,
I said-
these days there's ways I could actually,
The men's
but
pro-am.
That's what I said. I literally was Chad and I were literally talking about it. We're like, we should make north of the border the men's pro-am.
That'd be sick.
And
nah, I
yeah,
feel like I feel like there's not really like a need to have a like men's only meet. You know what I mean?
You know how many people would be so pissed? Like every meet is like kind
A
of a
man's
men's
meet.
Yeah,
only.
there's just not really not really a need for that for
Yeah.
sure. That'd be mad funny though.
That would be funny. That
I-
would be a good like parody TikTok of like, hey, this is
That'd
what
be
we're gonna
mad funny.
do.
That would yeah, that would cause a lot of uproar, I think. I do have
Sure
a couple
would.
questions. You guys want to do a couple questions and then sign off?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Questions.
The first one's pretty funny actually. If you could only train one body part for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's like, so
I know.
are we gonna say like, well, hold on before we start.
Okay, let's quantify it.
Would a body part be like
Qualify.
a tricep, or would it be like body part would be like arms or like legs?
I want to make it really weird and make it as tiny of a piece of your body as
Okay.
possible.
All right. So
All
what,
right,
what are you
guys go
thinking?
first.
Clearly you have something in mind.
I don't.
Oh,
I
no,
just
you
want to
don't.
make it weird.
That's tough, honestly. I think the only thing that would leave you not looking really weird is if you just trained legs. But is that allowed? Like, do you have to pick?
What part of the legs?
Yeah,
Dan?
like I guess like if I had to pick, probably I would pick. I don't know though, because if you pick quads, like it's gonna look really bad
And
with
it-
no hamstrings.
Yeah.
I might
wanna
have to
say
pick
glutes.
hamstrings, honestly.
I would say glutes. Glutes is what was in my head.
I would say glutes because I mean that's your moneymaker. And
Ooh,
if
I
that
don't
looks
know.
good, what do you
Forearms.
Yeah, glutes is a good one for guys too, but like also like if you had skinny legs, then you would just look like you had a dumper. You know what I mean?
That's okay.
true.
I also
Yeah,
don't
I
want
mean-
like a flat ass though. And I
Yeah.
would, if I didn't train, I would have one for sure.
Like I don't know. I feel like it's more common nowadays to just see someone walking around with a wagon with no legs.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna throw it out there. If I could only train one body part, I would train abs, because think of how many like handsome skinny
Dang,
dude
right.
celebrities there are. Because then everything else would
Yeah.
be proportional, and you would just have some sick abs.
That's true. You just
That's
have like
true.
Bieber body.
Because if you did any like, dude, like if you just trained biceps or like just trained quads or like just trained hand, like you would just look dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you'd
Yeah.
look dedicated.
Yeah.
Damn, that girl really cares about her quads. Yes, I do.
Yeah. I guess I mean like yeah, the glutes
I
would
love
work
that
for
question.
chicks. I feel like for dudes,
Dan?
your best bet to not look really weird would probably be like the abs, which is
Yeah.
really lame. That's like one of the most boring things to train.
Your like overall health would probably be good though. 'Cause you
Yeah.
would just have like a good solid core.
Yeah. All right, so
Right.
I'm going with abs.
That's a good one. I'm still probably gonna go with glutes though.
You're gonna go glutes.
Yeah.
I think
What do you
I'm,
think, Amber?
I'm with the wagon. It was between the wagon or hamstrings because I don't know.
The
They
hamstrings is
just
a good
they
one.
do a lot for me.
Hold on though. Hear me out. If you're training hamstrings, you're training glutes for sure.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Because wait,
So I
hold
get a
on. Well, let me
twofer.
reread the question. This might be a workaround right now.
Ooh.
If you could
So,
only
like-
train one muscle group.
Oh,
Yeah, so
muscle
if you're
group.
training,
Posterior chain.
Posterior chain. That's literally what I was.
you gonna call that a muscle group though? That's like a lot of
I
muscles.
sure do.
That's like their whole backside.
I would have to agree with you if that's the case.
F all of this side.
Right.
I think like
Right.
regardless though, even if it was only the hamstrings, you know, you're doing some RDLs to train the hamstrings, you're getting a little extra there. You know what I mean?
A pump.
All right, I'm gonna have to go with you guys on that one. Actually, you convinced me. This one's
It
very
was like-
similar.
Debate school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
Debate
very
team.
similar question. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Genre of food, like, does it have to be like an item? Because I
It doesn't
immediately
say.
went genre
All right.
Mexican.
I would pick Indian.
Ooh.
Indian
My
food's
tummy would
mad
not
good,
like
but you're gonna be
me.
eating Indian for every meal. I feel like that would fuck you up.
Yeah, that's
No
true.
consequences. I'm adding that into it.
Thai
'Cause-
food.
Ooh.
Thai food. Thai food tastes and smells a lot like puke to me. Like, what is that? Is that the fish sauce? Don't they use fish
know.
sauce and everything?
Yeah, sometimes.
There's something in there that, like, when I smell it, I'm like, oh, that's like wrong with that. Brie loves Thai food.
Yeah.
Whenever she
really
gets it, I'm
Thai
like, that smells like you just puked in there.
I'm worried about where you're ordering from now.
Well,
'Cause I
she
don't
likes
think
it.
it's
I
like
think it's
that.
just me. I think I'm smelling something that doesn't actually
Did you
smell
ever
like that.
have COVID? Because whoever had COVID is fucked up with smells now.
Yeah.
Yes, but this was a pre-COVID experience.
Oh, okay.
Do you like cilantro? Maybe it's like
I
one of
like
those, like,
cilantro.
things-
I fuck with cilantro.
Oh, I love
You know how-
cilantro.
some people just think it tastes like dirt, and other people are like, "What do you mean?"
No, it's soap. It tastes like soap.
Yeah.
So the only time I've noticed that is we made guac here one time and put like way too much cilantro, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I see what people are saying. Like, it did taste like soap a little bit, but nah, just a little bit of cilantro, like on like a barbecue chicken pizza or something, is pretty fucking
Oof.
good.
Yeah, that
Very
sounds
good.
good.
Damn.
I'm gonna just pick. I was literally just gonna say a food. I was gonna say steak. I feel like you could get by on steak.
I was
Oh,
either
yeah.
thinking steak or eggs. I love eggs.
I know. I do love me some eggs.
Yeah.
Steak's a good one.
I feel like eggs flavor just I don't know. I mean, it depends how you're having them. Like an egg sandwich is like I could fucking eat that like 10 times
God.
a day. But just straight eggs, I get so sick of eating eggs to the point where they start tasting like weird to me. I don't know if maybe it's like they start hurting my stomach, and maybe it's like a slight I know eggs are like a common allergen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I love to cook them up, fry them up with some Kerrygold.
Ooh.
That's usually how I have eggs too, just fried in a pan.
Marigold.
Yep.
Yeah, the Kerrygolds is the real shit.
Mhm.
Butter, man. The butter just really fixes them up good.
All salty and shit too.
Oh yeah.
How?
Damn, I'm hungry.
I got another question for you guys. This one was directed at Leah, but I'm gonna ask both of you. Is how long have you guys been lifting for?
I like powerlifting since 2016, September 2016.
That's it? Are you for real?
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Wow, you got strong quick. Were you lifting before that though?
I mean, I would like train for like athletic purposes more so like cardio. I remember I was literally training for like a half marathon to run with my sisters, and I
Oh,
was like
shit.
8 miles in, and I'm like, why am I
This
doing
sucks.
this? I hate running. So I stopped and I walked 8 miles home.
I've never run 8 mies in my life. God damn, Leah.
Oh,
I had
sounds
Yeah, I was
terrible.
way skinnier back then, first of all, way leaner. But I mean, I never got the runner's high, never got into it. So I was like, nah, hard pass. I hate this. Hate it.
Ugh.
This is way off topic, but what you said just made me think of I just found out today, I was on YouTube and I was going down a rabbit hole. I found out that the highest tested and recorded ever person, like muscle mass wise, is Ray Williams, like by weight. Like his lean body mass is over 300 pounds.
That makes sense. Like, was this a DEXA scan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck. I gotta be honest. I thought he was I know he's like 400 pounds, but if I would have guessed, I'd be like, yeah, he could probably lose like 150 pounds of fat. You know what I mean? Yeah. And apparently not, because fucking over 300 of that's lean body mass. I was like, Jesus.
That's insane.
Like, also, like, how is the highest recorded lean body mass on a dude that's drug tested all the time? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Crazy.
Damn.
So I found that out today.
300 pounds.
Talk about a genetic anomaly.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I wonder what that guy's natural fucking testosterone is. You know what I mean? And growth hormone. Like,
Yeah, damn.
his fucking bone density is probably insane too.
I want to know what he
Crazy.
eats. I want to know what he eats every day, for sure.
That'd be good.
Apparently he eats like a fucking house. But well, fuck it, dude. I guess he's got some genetics. Those are the type of people though that like he's definitely strikes me as the type of person though that like could have easily like been like into fucking the NFL or something instead. You know what I mean? And just happen to be like, actually, I'm gonna powerlift. You know what I mean? Like, there's some freaky people out there, man.
I know.
Oh fuck! I forgot we were doing questions. Oh, now let me see if I can pull them back up.
I think it's Amber. How long has Amber been training, like lifting?
Oh, good. You're gonna give me a second. Go ahead.
Same
How long you been training, Amber?
2016.
No fucking way. Are you for real?
That was my first contest.
Wow, you guys are
I
ridiculous.
don't remember the month.
I'm a fucking schmuck. I've been training for like 12 years.
Well, we both actually, like, we had really, I feel like we've been really fortunate to what we stepped into. Because, like, neither of us had a whole lot of, like, trial and error before we found, like, our coaches and our gyms and our, like, people. And a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to figure shit out on their own. And we kind of just walked into stuff that was already established and, like, ready to go to help us succeed, which was fucking sick. Like, I wish everyone had that, but
definitely
we got lucky.
I would definitely agree with that. I think that's why we stay mostly injury free as well. We stay fairly healthy.
Our coaches know us really well.
Yeah.
That is mind blowing to me. 2016. Holy fuck. Wow. Okay.
And you lifted raw before that, like 2016 up until Lent. Like, you were raw just like I was too, right?
Yeah.
For a few years.
My first equipped meet was the Pro-Am in 2019.
I
think I did
remember that.
Yeah, I did three raw
I didn't
meets.
realize.
I think we were at. I think that's the one that
the same time
that we went to.
Yeah, that's whenever I met you guys.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Yeah, you were. I remember Stan was so hyped. he was so hyped. You were so young and excited, even though it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was a good time.
It was a fun meet.
We went out. It was like Bree's first like real like intense meet, and her parents came out and everything, and that was like our first time. I think our first time at a meet where like we just met a shit ton of people that we knew over the internet.
That's cool.
We've been to a bunch since then, but last question, and then I'll let you guys go because I'm getting hungry and I gotta eat.
Talk too much
you guys
about
gotta
food.
get ready for your merch drop. What's the worst mistake you've made in the gym? I kind of want to take that as like worst like incident that's happened, not like just like I fucking trained this way and it was wrong for 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, is something like fucked up happened
like
in the gym? Yeah.
I mean, I feel like training, you can ask any of the people I train with, like training with me, I'll do something really cool and athletic. And then like the other day I was doing lat pull downs behind my head and I think I gave myself a concussion. Like I had to leave work early. Or like the deadlift jack, I was trying to show Brian, like, I'm just going to rip it and grip it. And I bend over real fast and I hit my eye. I gave myself a black eye with the deadlift jack.
Oh, man.
Just dumb shit like that all the time. That happens to me all the time. But no real scary incident, I don't think. Just random dumb shit.
Yeah, I think, I do random dumb shit. I trip a lot. There's like the pegs all over the floor.
Yeah.
So like I'll do like a fucking cartwheel and look sick and then I'll go trip and fall on my face right afterwards. Or like this one time I was spotting my friend Andrew and it was a decent amount of weight and he was in equipment. Oh yeah, this was actually a really stupid thing that I did. I felt like a fucking idiot for a while. And I know how to spot. I know like I'm okay at it. Like I have good confidence in myself, but for whatever reason, I wasn't expecting him to not get it. And I was like not quite all the way under the weight. And there's a video out there of me and I just am like tapping the weight a lot. until I finally get my fucking ass under there and start lifting it up. But it's literally like a cat tap, like with I'll find it and send it to you. It's very funny. It's
That was
very,
hilarious.
very dumb bitch shit. But yeah,
That's
that
sick.
was recently too. So I have no excuse for that.
It was literally like I'll like dump a bar, like just kind of like in my own world. I hate it. I literally did that like not too long ago. I'm like, who am I?
Dude, somebody did that at the gym I go to now that I brought to the gym, and
On
fucking
you.
the owner was there, and the ceilings are like the same ceiling height that like your house is. You know what I mean? Like not high. So when the bar flipped, it went into the ceiling. And fucking, I pretended like I didn't fucking know the kid. I was like, what?
Who is this?
Dude, like he had like 4
Wow,
plates
what a
on the bar and he just
loser.
unloaded one side. I'm like,
Oh no.
and I was
The poor
like
guy. He was
off
probably
looking
so
somewhere
embarrassed.
else. So like I you know, if I saw him doing it, I would have been like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I just hear a loud crash. I turn around. There's 4 plates on the ground and the bar's in the ceiling.
I
Yeah,
feel
he
like
was
these
probably
stories
embarrassed.
are so important to talk about because there are people who come into the gym and they see like the crazy shit that people like us do, but then like it's part of the intimidation factor. But if they knew all of the stupid crap and like dumb stuff that we do, or
Absolutely.
like,
Dude, I see
Yeah.
some old like lifting videos of
Really
myself
funny.
when like I thought I was sick, and it's like so embarrassing that like I want to
It's so
repost.
embarrassing.
I want to repost the lifts to
Cringe.
show like, yo, I used to be like fucking skinny and
Used to
not
be
be
a
able to lift, but I'll not even like want to watch the video myself because I'm like, dude, this is so cringe.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm someone who gets very rowdy when I lift, and like it's way less embarrassing when I'm lifting a lot, which now I
Yeah.
do. But looking at old videos, I'm like, wow, I was still that rowdy when I wasn't lifting shit. Like, fuck it, it's like super embarrassing. You know what I mean?
Oh man, my cringe shit was I'll look back at when I first started lifting and I'll look at like all of like it was just like thirst post after thirst post for like
That's so
different
sick.
companies. I would just like tag how much you bench, Mark Bell, or
Yeah.
like Flag nor failed, Daniel and Bailey check. Like I would fucking tag those people. I would tag them.
Yep.
Not even comments. I would tag
That's
them, and I'm
embarrassing.
like,
Yo, to be fair though, Amber, like when Instagram was a little
What?
bit newer, like those people would like see that and like the post at least.
that's
Yeah.
true. I did get a couple of them, and I was like, I'm so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you tagged like Dave Tate and he'd like your post and then you're like,
Yeah.
Dave Tate like fucking like my post.
Dave Tate sponsor
I didn't
me.
even know who Dave Tate was back then.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck. That's so good.
Yeah, I was tagging like Brooke Ends, like CrossFitters,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm deadlifting. Like, Amber, girl.
That is awesome.
All right,
I'll
guys.
send you
do that.
some. They're embarrassing.
Yeah, please send them to me too. I want to see.
I'll send it to the nervous pupes.
Yeah, our group chat. Yeah. Fuck. I'm gonna try to podcast more often. It's been like 3 months since I've done one. Appreciate you guys being the first ones back on. I don't believe anything will be fucked up, so after we stop recording, I'll probably upload this tonight. Oh, I'm gonna beat Bane to it if he hasn't put his up. Shit, maybe I should wait since you guys did that interview first.
Maybe just drop them on the same day.
Yeah.
I think
I don't think we talked as much about our project on this one as we did because it was real like
Okay.
in the weeds with Stone and Bane.
Well, yeah. They're like real professional, and I'm not. So
No,
That's why we like to do
a
it.
fun one.
this is the
Not
chill
that one wasn't fun. It was just this is more chill.
Well, you know what's funny is whenever I've been on Bane's podcast, me and Bree were on it, and whenever Bane comes on this one, he's like, I can tell he's like trying to like not be in that mode. You know what I mean? Because it's just way more chill.
Yeah.
I'll have to have him on soon. Anyways, thank you guys. I'll let you get to your shirt drop, and I'll buy a shirt.
Yeah, thank you.
They're not gonna like fucking sell out if I'm not in a rush, are they? Like, did you guys do a lot or not many?
This is actually, so we're just going to like make by order, like how much we order or whatever. So we didn't
okay, so it's like a pre-order
We're good.
kind of.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, okay, sick.
You can pick
So
it
you're
up.
good.
Oh wait, you're not going
You won't
north
be
of the
there.
border. Never mind.
If you use the code, Stan, I can always just send it to you.
Sick.
Yeah.
Cool.
Friends of friends.
Yeah.
All right. That's it, I guess.
Awesome.
I
Tight.
stop recording.